Good morning, everybody. I want to tell you a story about how I learned to have self confidence. And I entitled this story based on a friend of mine, my platoon sergeant, and what he said to me. But anyway, we'll get to that. Let me just tell you the story. There I was, looking downward, my feet barely clinging to the edge of the cliff, and my knees were buckling and shaking because of what I was about to do. Earlier that morning, my platoon sergeant had announced that our squad would lead the commando rappelling exercise. Before I knew it, I had volunteered to go first, although I didn't have the slightest idea what commando rappelling was. After all the demonstrations, getting geared up, it was time. There I stood, looking face first into that space leading to the bottom of the cliff. My knees buckled, my confidence eroded, and my heart began to beat rapidly. And for a split second, I decided to turn around to wait and go next. But before I could act on that impulse, I heard my platoon sergeant say, "Don't you dare change your mind." Startled, I grabbed the rope and ran down the side of the cliff. I made it. The adrenaline rush was huge. My self-confidence level soared. Those soldiers for whom I was squad leader applauded my success and in succession followed my lead. The exercise cemented my role as their leader. They trusted me. When faced with doing unfamiliar or uncomfortable things, lead if you're a leader. You're ready for that kind of challenge, whether you realize it or not. And when you're faced with whether or not you think you ought to wait and let someone else go or lead from behind, let me just tell you what my platoon sergeant told me. Don't you dare change your mind. He knew what was at stake. And now, so do I. I hope this story encourages you to build your self-confidence by doing. And as Paul Martinelli would say, Ed DeCosta would say, Melissa Maleg would say, do it afraid. Do it because the rewards and the dividends are exciting and great. Thanks for your time, and I hope this has helped you and added value to you. If you need me and my coaching services, don't hesitate to give me a call, 318-553-7315.